studio workout before the rain. Again, thinking about how to assert yourself without storytelling and without being completely abstract and alienating. And it seems that happens through this process of bragging, because even if you don't actually believe in what you're saying, you may be speaking it into existence, like Beyonce would say, or you may be creating a character that others could inhabit, and through that act be performing a certain kind of service, swag as a public service. Yeah, you like that, right? All right. So through swagger, I go so hard that all mere braggarts just look retarded. They look like they're slow, way behind me. Oh, they can't find me, like the water droplets on the ivy. Because there shouldn't be water droplets in there. It should be medicine. And I'm a denizen, acting like a bad citizen. Fuck this HSBC taxi cab. I'm a maxi pad soaking up all of the blood of the revolution. I'm all about restitution, as long as it doesn't involve prostitution. Well, I guess even if it involves prostitution, if it's used as a weapon of war, I'm down for it. Or I'm down for people being, getting some restitution from that process, because that's really a crime against humanity right there. It's really not good. And I can use profanity to illustrate my seriousness. Yes, and I don't have to yell to show furiousness. Instead, I can speak so daintily, so clearly, but give ideas that fearing type demagogues and those spitting monologues will, not want the people to hear. Because when people hear ideas that are real, they often act upon them. I'm one who's going to be stacking on them several tomes of poems and essays, and will be receiving yes A's and some B's and maybe even C's and D's, but never an F. Say I'll never fail, because I will never quit. And that's what a hypocrite says after he's putting on a patch or chewing a Nicorette gum. The power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to slip successfully off of the curb cut and chip your tooth when you're trying to do that little fast plant or that little pressure flip. Pleasures get never in the way. Pleasures get always on my cue. Pressures get so high that they have to be put down, and I am not the type to renew. Unless it's something that I can learn from, like you. But you don't know who I'm speaking to. But I'm speaking to everyone, but referring to one person in particular. Yes. They move like a lenticular, a flicker picture with two different images coexisting. Yes, it's something I've been meaning to start resisting, but I can't because it's so beautiful, and I mention it not because I have a connection to it via postcards or those sneakers from the Payless store that would go so hard because they had the little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles picture on the side of them, and when you would turn your foot, it would look like you saw, Raphael stabbing the side, and then Leo hitting him with the sword, or Donatello with the bow, or I would wear it before jumping on my boat, or skate my skate boat, or I am great in connecting these things now and later, though you can decode and rappers still have no flavor. That's a little thing called irony, though irony is a very complicated situation. It's often one for tiring me. You're not gonna get between a tire and me unless you're an iron. Get it? A tire iron? See? I know quite a bit about this. And you can doubt this, but you're little less than a drunk accountant if you do just that. You do just facts, injustice. So, while I do muscle, you do just fat. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna be that Paul Tech diver, all wreck, livers, and the death obsessed alike-er. I'll bring them into my cipher, only to reorient what they thought a knife or spoon was for. It's not about spooning your girlfriend or about the corpse when you're spooning their brains out. I like doing your brains out and then doing them back in. I'm proven attacking to be almost equivalent to loving, though it's something not worth hugging to thugging, humming a little ditty. When you're in the suburbs, village, or city, I find that images aren't pretty, even when they are, because they are a stand-in, so I won't stand for them, even when I'm filled with understanding of how to compose them. Even without notes in my composition notebook, I got critics looking so shook. So should we talk about this skinny guy who may or may not be from the hood, though he claims that he was born on the south side of the Chi? I don't think that could be true. Ooh, why don't you think that? Maybe because he doesn't have some zips shrink wrapped, or maybe because he doesn't have Kanye West image on his placemat, or because he's never stolen iMac or a ThinkPad from an inner city school like the one he would attend. But even though I break it down and the sound and in the picture plane, I'm on the mend. I cannot pretend. Well, I guess I can pretend to be much better, or rather, much worse at rapping than Dan Rather, while smacking up hoes, listening to Modest Mouse and Most Def and The Prodigy. Not the one from Mobb Deep, the HNIC, but the one who, goes to the big day out in Australia and acts modestly. Yeah, that's my policy. Bringing together a whole bunch of, references with anarchy to make analogies. to bring these disconnected, disconcerting things together through an ontology. Yeah, this is amateur anthropology. Not amateur in that I'm not skilled, though I speak with modesty. Amateur in the sense that I'm not convinced that getting paid makes you better at a thing properly. Alright. I don't need to put on a smock and be a, figurative painter, though I love some that dabble in the world of figurative painting. I can say things with just as much punch and clarity. And I'm sure you feel me, and you see me, and you hear me, if just barely. Verily. Yeah, studio workout. Dérives. Studio workout, Dérives.